Hey, it's Greg Luther, and I'm really excited about today's interview. I have with us here Miss Jennifer Kenna from Sarasota, Manatee County in Florida area, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, very good. You've been selling real estate for a while and very impressed with the numbers that you're getting for your buyers and sellers. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you've got a team. How long have you been selling real estate, and a little bit about kind of what you do?
Sure. So now I've been in the real estate field for about 6 years. I feel like it's been a lot longer. My dad was in real estate growing up, so he was a investor, house flipper. So I started in real estate very young. Definitely had an interest in it, wanted to have short-term rentals, long-term rentals, so I felt like it was a really good market to be in. Then I actually sold my first house and realized how fulfilling it could be as well.
Okay. So you became a realtor yourself then?
That's right.
Very good.
Now I left the corporate job and I do it full time and I love it.
Yeah. And now you're knocking it out of the park for your clients. I mean, your numbers speak for themselves. And obviously, you're doing something much, much different in your local market. I think statistically, the area that you sell in, first of all, what areas are you selling in? What do you kind of specialize in?
Sure. So we're in the Gulf Coast. So the west coast of Florida. We're Bradenton, Sarasota, any of the Keys. So luckily, we're right here on the beaches. So anything right there on the Gulf.
Okay.
We're selling houses
here.
Yeah.
And I think one of the big advantages for you, that's statistically known as an older generation area, and you being younger and knowing how technology works and internet works and all that, that's making a big, big difference for your buyers and for your sellers, right?
Right. Yep. So we definitely have a lot of strategies in marketing, a lot of internet strategies, more than a lot of agents that have been out there for 20, 30 years. The things that used to work really don't work the same today.
Right.
So we've really developed on those strategies and done a really great job at getting homes sold quickly and for the most money, getting the most exposure for our sellers out there, and then also giving access to buyers to homes that they can't really find on their own.
Okay. Very good. So I would think that the way buyers and sellers are finding their houses or finding their realtors, it's changed drastically. It used to be kiss a lot of babies and shake a lot of hands, right? It was who you knew and referral. Now the internet's pretty much taken that over. Yep. So the realtors that have done it the same way for years and years, they're seeing lesser results for their clients, homes not selling for as much as they could with maximum exposure. And then, of course, with buyers, they may just be looking at what's available on the MLS. I know that a lot of your marketing and exposure is a combination of online and offline, and you do something called target marketing. Can you talk a little bit about how would you choose the best buyer for a house, and how do you market those properties?
Sure, absolutely. So a lot of times we want to sit down with our buyer, really get to know what they're looking for. They're hiring an expert. They're hiring someone that's an advisor that's going to help them find what they're really looking for. Sometimes they might think it's a single-family home or a condo, and once we talk to them a little bit, we realize that's not going to work for your situation, your age, your if you have children, or the school districts. So I really feel like by meeting with that buyer first, we get a very personalized approach on what they're actually looking for, and we get a ton of business from out of state. So those people really don't know really the areas or kind of have a feel for the marketplace or what's the best for them. So I feel like a buyer today, they're looking for a professional, someone who knows the market, knows the intricacies of the different areas, and then we can help advise them on what's the best for them and their family.
Good. And I would think that, especially for a first-time buyer, but really for any home buyer, it's got to be kind of nerve-wracking to think, I'm going to meet a realtor. Is this committal? Is this, do I have to sign something? That type of thing. The consulting that you do for them initially is really just let's find out what you're looking for and if this even makes sense, right?
Right. Yeah. Fact finding. We also partner with a lot of local lenders. So a big part of obviously buying a home is going to be the financial side of it. So they may not know that they have a 401k that they can roll over, or a property that they own up north. So we really surround ourselves with very good lenders, give them the best options with the best interest rates so that they're doing the right thing for them as well. Maybe they can pay cash for a property, but with our stock market and economy the way it is, maybe that's not the right move. Maybe they could consider getting a 3% loan or a second home loan, that kind of thing. So we really tie in our partners to really advise them as well. We work with local CPAs, we work with building inspectors, all kinds of things to really help them target what's the best area for them.
Okay. And I know that you have a very unique situation in particularly your area of Florida, because you have locals that are moving in and out, or maybe relocating across town, but you also have a lot of national folks that are moving to the state of Florida. So whether it be snowbirds or small business owners that are leaving some of the high tax states to come to all the Florida benefits of owning your home there, all of those things. So how does that work for you in exposing those properties to those home buyers? It can't be the old school approach of magazines in the Chinese food restaurant or
Right.
the local Sunday television show, because it's probably not a local buyer. So how are you getting to all of those people nationally?
Sure, sure. So through the internet, so we can do so much targeting marketing, especially social media today. Facebook just by itself, we can really target a demographic that we're looking for. So if we have a home that we're selling, we basically know exactly who that buyer is going to be. Are they, their age, their income, what areas they're coming from. We do a lot of research on market data to see who's more likely to move down, what particular areas. And sometimes it's not always what we think. So it's interesting to really do the research and have that data, and then we specifically target those people.
Okay.
So we're basically finding them the house that they don't even know that they need for them.
Yeah, I've always found that interesting. A lot of people think of Facebook as a social media platform, but there's an advertising platform to advertise to those users. And
Absolutely.
they forget about, like, that's how Facebook makes their money. But we can determine who's the most opportune buyer for this kind of house, age, children, all of those, income, credit score, and then you can target those people directly on there. So I guess that would just show up in their newsfeed then?
That's right. Yep. So they just casually browsing the internet. Maybe it's a very cold day in Michigan. So we're going to target that area in specific.
Yeah.
Showcase our beaches here. We have some world-renowned beaches in the area. So people come from all over the world to stay here. So we can even target international buyers, which is a really big market for us.
Okay.
So we target them specifically, tell them all the reasons they'd want to move here, educate them on the area, give them some videos that show, what kind of local restaurants there are. What is your lifestyle like once you move here?
Yeah.
And they'll do all that online. So they might
Wow.
wait, and watch these videos for a couple of years before they make the move. But a lot of it's just information that is easy to find online for them.
Yeah, and I know you've talked before about, let's say they are in Michigan and they're interested in properties. They can do their home search from up there, not only looking online, but having you preview properties. You or your team can
That's right.
go out and video or FaceTime or whatever they need to do that way to, really what you're doing is you're eliminating more than you're including. I don't want that one, I don't want that one. Then when they get narrowed down, it just makes for a more efficient home buying process when you're moving from 1,000 miles away, right?
That's right. Yep. And then we also have partners all over the state. So let's say they want to move to Florida just because of the weather, but they may not know if they want the East Coast, the West Coast, Fort Lauderdale. So really getting to know that the customer really well, what they're looking for, we can refer them somebody else. Say, okay, here's a really great partner in Miami. Maybe that's a
Okay.
better spot for you, or Sarasota is a better spot. So just being really local in the market, we know what's good in our areas. But if they want a nightlife, a lot of the beaches nearby us may not be a good fit.
Right.
So we might forward them to somebody else in the state or all over the country. I mean, we do work with a nationwide referral of other top producing agents that we can really refer them, help them get their home sold up north. If they have a home in Ohio that they want to sell before they buy, we can actually help them do that as well.
So they should contact you first before
That's
they do
right.
anything over
That's
there
right.
to make sure it's all going to line up
And a
correctly.
lot of times I think they won't sell their second home or their first home, I guess, to buy that second home. They'll actually keep that home.
Yeah.
And they just want to have a place maybe to rent out, maybe a place that can make an income for them until they do decide to make that big move to Florida.
Okay, very good. Well, tell me about your team, because I know you can't handle this much business all by yourself. So
That's
you've got
right.
some very qualified professionals helping you that way. Tell me what the team looks like right now. What are their job duties, and what would that look like as a home buyer coming in?
Okay, so our team. So obviously, we're trying to do a very large business in multiple counties. So in order to do that, we do need a team of professionals to help out. So we have a team of licensed full-time professionals. We teach them, we coach them, we mentor with them. We do a lot of training in-house. There's some agents out there that just don't have that kind of training. So we want to make sure if you're meeting with an agent that has our logo on their shirt or on their business card, that they're really going to give top-notch service. We actually call it second mile service. So anyone could do their job description. That's first mile. So anyone could come in, show a house, open a door. They're an Uber driver. We want people that are very educated in the properties they're showing. They can answer questions. They have tax records available, all the details that they need whenever they're showing a property to make an educated decision. So we'd really train our team to be very, very professional and offer really great service to all of our customers. Of course, if they get the chance to meet me, it would be awesome. I'd love to meet with our clients as well, but a lot of times I can't be in two places at once. So we do have a team of very well professionals as well they can meet with.
Okay, perfect. And that's got to be a benefit with as hot as the market is at times. You're going to miss out on a house if you have one realtor
That's right.
can't reach them at a certain time, or they're out of town, or whatever the case is, you might miss out on that dream house. So having a good, solid team like that's a big advantage for the home buyer, or for that matter, for the home seller that you might be representing, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Very
we
good.
want to have availability 24/7 to see homes, to also have their home seen. If they're trying to sell their home, you want full visibility all the time. Don't wait on me. Don't wait. Don't call my cell phone. We want to have 24/7 access to their home, which we do a lot of that stuff online.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me about why I should use you if I'm selling my home. If I'm in Manatee County or Sarasota County, thinking of selling my home, maybe I wanted to interview a couple of realtors.
Sure.
What would make you unique or different? Why should I choose you in lieu of other options out there?
Absolutely. So we basically focus more efforts on marketing, on software, on technology than any other real estate company would do. Because we work as a team, we all basically share in the sales. So because we're all sharing in the sales, we have more money to spend in marketing. It's not a one-man show with just what my sales can be. It's actually a team of 10 professionals. So we make sure that we're visible on all the top websites. So the Zillow, the Trulia, Realtor.com, we want to definitely have visibility for their home. We're going to invest in professional videography and professional photography so that their home is also in the best light that it can be. And our marketing team really designs a very custom ad spend for them, because not every house is the same. So if we're selling a condo versus a single family home, it's going to have very different marketing. So versus having just a standard copy that we write on every listing we have, we really put together a very customized marketing plan for that particular home to get it sold quick and for the most amount of money and the least amount of hassle. That's a big focus of ours too. So anyone can sell their home. You can take some photos and throw it on Zillow and do for sale by owner. It's really that hassle-free process that we don't want the homeowner doing that themselves. They're not the professional. They have a job. They probably don't want to be showing their home to a lot of unqualified people. That's our job, is to get those buyers qualified, vet them before they ever walk in the home, make sure they have plenty of information. You hate when a buyer walks in and says, oh, it has a pool. I didn't want a pool. I mean, that just shows that buyer really has not been properly vetted. So we're just full service. We want to make sure that they have a really excellent experience with us. They refer us 3 friends. That's how our business grows.
Okay.
So,
awesome. So tell me about, obviously, the marketing that you do, like you mentioned, for sale by owner. If somebody sells their home for sale by owner, they might look at it as maybe I'm saving some money, but we've seen statistically it's going to sell for a lot less money just because of lack of exposure, you know? And I've always used the example of, if I have a 65 Mustang, I could put a sign on the yard and put it in the driveway, but it's not going to get to the people that are in love with the 65 Mustang. So that target marketing to car collectors that specifically like Ford, that have been looking for that, will sell it for a whole lot more money.
That's right.
And it can be done hassle-free. So you've got a professional getting you maximum exposure on your property, right?
Yep, that's right. So a lot of times they think they're saving the commission. Well, the first buyer that comes in for the for sale by owner says, oh, I can pay you less because now you don't have to pay a commission. So right off the bat, they're going to try to negotiate 6% because there's not a realtor.
Yeah, those buyers are pretty savvy now, aren't they?
That's right. So they feel like they're actually getting a better opportunity when you're a for sale by owner. So you want to have professional representation, someone looking out for your best interest, knows the market, knows if you're priced right or not, and how can you get the most amount of money for your home.
For anybody that may be interested in working with you, whether buyer or seller, what's the best way for them to reach out to you?
Sure. So we'll have my information available on the screen here. So my phone number at the office, our website, or any of our social media outlets for Jennifer Kenna. They can find us pretty easily online as well.
Outstanding. So for those of you that are interested, again, buying or selling in the Manatee or Sarasota County area, frankly, anywhere in the state of Florida, definitely worth your time to reach out to the Jennifer Kenna team, have a conversation with their team, and find out if it makes sense for you at this point. Totally free of charge, no obligation. I think it'd be very helpful for you. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you soon.